And we are live. Hello to everybody out there. My name is Keith, and this is the Startup Sales Mastery video podcast. And it's irregular, but I just got off the phone with a client, and the conversation went quite well. And I realized that the topics out there, it's the kind of thing that early startup entrepreneurs really, come on, guys. Let me share something with you here about sales campaigns, okay? Ultimately, there are only three types of sales campaigns. 1, 2, 3. I'm skipping my introduction and going straight into this because I have the exact same conversation again and 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 again with every single new client that I have. And here's what it is. They want to start running campaigns, okay? And I'm saying, whoa, hang on a second. We need to go through your customer persona, or ICP, ideal customer profile. We need to understand your customer. Oh, I know my customer. My customer, they need this feature and that feature. And I'm just like, guys, please come on. So, the overexposed, and I don't really care. It's this was the conversation. I hope you can see it. I'm not in the mood to go into the other room and do it. Ultimately, there are really only three types of campaigns for early stage entrepreneurs, and especially with regards to COVID-19, because you'll notice that I don't have the whole let's go knock on doors and go to events and all that. There's basically three types of campaigns, and here's what they are, okay? And that's it, okay? We go find a load of traffic and we throw them to a sales page, landing page, and the goal of that is to, speak to them or get them to click and buy. Again, I'm a sales guy, so I'm talking about a high ticket something. And of course, if we can't get them to call, we can at least capture the or take the call to action. We can get them to, the email and email autoresponders, blah, 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 all the time trying to push them to that call to action, whether it's click on the button or speak to them. And then the all important, make the money. That's one. Number two, we get a list of prospects, which I do all the goddamn time, and we call them. And then we make some money. Or we get a list of people. There's plenty of places. You get in touch with me. I will share with you all the prospecting tools, not just people, but the tools that you can use. It's not that expensive. And we email the ever-loving shit out of them. It can go back to this. It can go back to this. But ultimately, you make the money. Okay? These are basically the three different ways to run a campaign. It is not rocket science, okay? Now, yes, within this, there's all, social media campaigns. You'll notice I just wrote traffic. I'm a sales guy. I know marketing, but I specialize in what I do. So let the other guys do it. From a sales perspective, I said sales campaign, not marketing campaign. Sales campaign, there's really only three ways to rock and roll it. And again, SP, I never wrote website, I wrote SP. So this could be your internal CRMs getting in touch, whatever it wants to be. Now, we've seen all that. If you haven't watched the first part of this, none of it will make sense. So we don't need to, keep looking at all of that. Sales campaigns, okay, very, very complex, I know. Really difficult stuff. Now, ideal customer profile, okay? Why is the ICP, the ideal customer profile, or the customer persona, the sales campaign? I'm going to tell you right now, because yesterday I ran a sales campaign that got me absolutely nowhere. Okay. Yes, I'm a professional sales guy, and I mean, I damn near had a whitewash day. And what went wrong? I'll tell you what went wrong. I was speaking to people again and again and again and again and again and again and again. I made a little over 100. I think it was 120 calls yesterday. I checked the numbers, and the bottom line is this: I was offering something to someone who didn't want it. I mean, they had no need. They're like, well, why would I use your solution? I already have a solution. Oh, yes, but our solution doesn't require any setup. Doesn't have the, but hang on, I already have a solution. It's set up. What kind of a thing? And no matter how many people I spoke to, and this wasn't really a sales issue, it's just the value proposition was not there. Okay. I say this to people all the time. As a salesperson, your job is to find out what this person really needs. And in order to do that, we need a problem. We need a problem to to solve. Go to any any investor, any sales company, any book, they're all going to give you that same formula. You have to be able to solve a problem. So if there's not a problem, what the hell do you guys want me to do? This is a sales campaign, okay? This is like processing, incoming, leads or traffic, outbound, inbound. It doesn't really matter. The reality is that if you're not solving a problem, there's very little guys like me can do. It doesn't matter how good you are. Now, after making so many calls, I think I spoke to, it must have been about 70 people, something like that, 70 something people. I actually found out pretty damn clearly what, at least what I think they need. I have 2 conversations coming up today with like huge enterprise people who consider themselves mentors, and they're like, you don't know what they need, I know what they need. So, okay, look, can we schedule a chat? Can we put 15 minutes on the calendar and help me out, educate me? So I'm having that chat today. This is guys like 20 years experience in the market. So I'm going to find out once and for all what's needed. And this is, of course, where pivots come into play. If you're in the startup scene, you'll always hear companies talking about pivots. You pivot towards what the people want. Now, again, a lot of people that I speak to, and this is why I do these podcasts, we think differently. You're thinking, how can I make the best technology? I'm thinking, what the hell do my guys need in order to give me their money? I'm purely thinking business. So I can be a bit harsh with people when I speak to them. And if you're thinking, ooh, what the hell does that guy know that I'm not saying your technology isn't profound or incredibly difficult to make or wonderful with all the best features, bells and whistles. I'm not saying that your product is bad. What I am saying is, does it solve a problem? Ooh, but it could make people's lives really, really good. Yes, but does it solve an actual problem that exists? These are 2 completely different things. It has to solve some sort of a problem. They have to need, or at least have some sort of an issue that I can tap into. There's no good me contacting people who don't have any problems. Most people have problems. Like if you ask long enough, they'll tell you what their problem is. They're angry about something, they're annoyed about something, but you got to target that problem. It doesn't matter how good a salesperson you are. If you're not solving a problem, it's no good. So I can wrap this one pretty goddamn easy because, again, I'm tired of having the same conversation again and again and again with early stage entrepreneurs. There's a reason that I developed Startup Sales Mastery. Startup Sales Mastery is not a sales course. There's many, many sales courses out there. I'm happy to recommend them. And in the future, I may make a whole big sales course on how we do sales. Okay. This is how we get our product or service ready to sell. This is a completely different thing. Okay. So the course, what is it? I think I have the course at 47, but I've actually blended it with my other mentorship program. Level 1 is coming in at a stupid, you know what? Click the links below, up and below, you'll see what it is. And it's basically, you're going to live stream with me in my office, just all month long. Whatever you want to ask, watch me do what I do, watch me do these podcasts. It doesn't matter. I leave a live stream open. Come say, hey, let me see what you've got. And in addition to that, you're going to get into, the Facebooks and WhatsApp so we can have a dialogue going on. But I'm also going to give you that entire program that I built. What is it? 6, 7 videos. I'm actually trying to make it shorter because the way I see it, more is less. No, less is more. Yeah, less is more. I don't want to give you 20 hours of work. I want to give you 2-3 hours of work. And at the end of that 2-3 hours of work, you are ready to rock and roll your campaigns. Let's make this simple. You've got to know your ideal customer profile from a sales perspective. It's very different than, oh, I know what they need. Nobody cares what they need. People don't buy because of what they need. They buy because they want something. And a want and a need are 2 completely different things. So I'm going to try and bring you guys over to the want, over to the business brain thinking of things. And we need to look at our customer personas, not by what's good for them or what do they need, but we need to think and only think, what problem do they have? What drives them crazy? What keeps them awake at night? What makes them worried that their wife is going to, go off with, I don't know, some other guy, leave the family? What hurts these guys? The pain. Okay. I have a very simple elevator pitch. Okay. I got it from many, many different places, and I just sort of pulled it together to give the simplest one. I use this all the time. Quite frankly, I use a more complex one sometimes when I'm rock and rolling, but this is, perfectly good. You've got to solve a problem, some sort of pain, some sort of problem. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're not able to do that, then whatever product it is, no matter how good it is, you are completely wasting your time. And again, sales campaigns, they're not this big, huge thing that's going to take weeks and weeks to figure out. There are 3 different sales campaigns. The fourth one, of course, is, go to a convention center, shake hands, knock on doors, the face to, we're not doing that right now. That's the direct networking. Marketing, okay, there's lots of marketing campaigns. We'll go into that in another video, but purely from a sales perspective, traffic coming in, we work the traffic, we speak to them, and we close them. Or we take prospects, qualified prospects. Prospects and leads are different. Leads are people that are showing interest in your thing. Prospects are not. That's the difference. We take our list and we either call them or we hit them with emails. We can make audiences, but that's back in marketing. We're not going to talk about that. Really simple stuff. You got to know what these guys desperately need. I know perfectly well what early stage startup people need. Okay, I know perfectly well what you need, but I also know what you want, and that's the reason why I just did it this way. 97. Really simple. There, I said it. You just get me. You're not going to get anything better than that. My full mastermind program is rather a little bit more. It's around the 5,000 number, but just for the basics, getting what you want. What do you really want as early stage startup people? You want, if you're watching this, guys like me, just, what do I need to do? How do I need to get my product ready to sell? What's the roadmap? What are just the simple steps I need to go through? I know what you guys need because I speak to you day in, day out all the time. I'm not going to teach you how to become professional salespeople, because once your product starts to get some customers, you're just going to hire a sales team. And I know that, and you know that. So let's stick to what we want. Guys, find out what your ideal customer profile wants. That is the sales campaign. Then all you got to do is say that to them. Guys, do you want this? Do you have this problem? It doesn't really matter which vehicle, which approach you take to do it. You do that part, you nail that part right, your sales campaign is done. Then you come hire a guy like me, and life is just easy, because all I got to do is kick back dial, repeat those words, repeat those, problems and solutions, and let them go, holy crap, no, you're full of crap. You can't solve it like this, can you? If you could solve it like this, I'd be happy to pay. Ching, ching, ching. Next call, I'm a happy man. Guys, this is the Startup Sales Mastery video podcast with myself, Keith. I run Startup Sales Mastery, as I've mentioned a few times, and Co-Founder Club, and I do sales for lots of early stage startups. I'm available here to help you guys. I will try and make these podcasts more regular, but as I mentioned, and as you'll see in the links, I'm helping rather a lot of people right now. And quite frankly, as much as I love these podcasts, they're my clients. My clients come first. Good luck. Take care. Go make some money.